Bundy's Garage, Bundy here. Today we're working on a Honda Accord with a V6 J Series engine. We're going to be doing the thermostat for it. It actually sits, the thermostat sits right there, right down there. I'll get you a closer shot, but I want you guys to see the general overall view of where this thing actually sits in the engine. So here's the battery cover right here. There's your engine top cover. Here's your throttle body. Right down there is where the thermostat sits. So this will also apply to 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. Honda and Acura CLs, MDXs, RLs, TLs, TSXs, TSX, ZDX, Accords, Accord Cross Tours, the Cross Tour itself. So, thermostat's right there. I'm going to show you a fast and easy way to actually do this. We're going to need to remove this cover. We're going to take that cover off. So right there, one to the left of the screen, 2, 3. Those three keepers, I want to call them, need to be removed. This battery tray just pops off. I've had it off before. Just get a screwdriver to get those off. Those three, they turn 90 degrees and then it comes off. Lifts right up. Just come down here. Do those. Not even 90, like 45. And this will lift up. These just pop up. Right there is one bolt for the thermostat. On the other side, basically if you drew a line and went to the back side of that, there's another 10 millimeter bolt. Right here, right where the pointer is right there, is a 10 millimeter bolt that holds a wiring harness on. And it's connected to the thermostat housing. So that bolt needs to come off and these two bolts need to come off. I'm going to try to show you a quick and easy way to do this without having to remove any of the radiator hoses. Some radiator fluid will come out, but I am not going to drain radiator or the engine block. I've seen guys do it. You can do it. But I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to just swap a new thermostat in and out. You might have to take off the battery to get room in there if you have limited space. I can get in there and get it loose without having to take off the battery. Best practice would be to take off the negative battery terminal. You don't have to, but it is highly recommended. First thing we'll do is loosen up that bolt right there. The owner actually picked up a thermostat from rockauto.com. It is a Gates thermostat 33992. I highly recommend that you pick up a thermostat for a Honda or an Acura from the dealership itself. You can go onto websites like HondaPartsUnlimited.com. Like let's say you have an Acura, right? You need parts for it. You can go to a website called Honda Parts Unlimited. You can look up an Acura part number and then go to a Honda dealership and save yourself money, because for whatever reason, if you go to a Honda dealership, they're going to charge you more money for a thermostat than they would if you went to a Honda dealership. But I've tried going to Honda dealerships with an Acura part number and they say they can't look them up, which I think is total BS. But anyways, that's just my personal opinion. Here is a new thermostat. Comes with a new gasket. Comes with a new thermostat. This pin right here is a pin that is used to let air through. So this actually will face up. So when you install the new thermostat, this pin has to go directly up. So put that pin up because it helps trapped air get out of the system. So 10 millimeter bolt right down here. Go ahead and break that loose. That's the one for the wiring harness. So you got to break that loose and get that out of the way before you're going to be able to get anything else out. Okay, got a gear wrench on here to get this out more quickly. The first wrench I was using was a zero offset wrench. I'll put a link in the description below where you can actually purchase a whole set of metric zero offset wrenches. Come in very handy if you plan to do a lot of work on these types of vehicles. Very handy. Okay, get that out of the way. That is the wiring harness for a lot of this electrical, quite a few of the electrical equipment on front. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll take, okay, get that out of the way. All right. I'm mistaken. I'm working on the one on the very back side. Okay, I'm reaching my hand down here, and I can feel it. And of course, my wrench is put the other wrong way. So, reach down here. I'm working on the one on the bottom back side. Okay, this wrench is too long. This gear wrench is too long to get in there on the back side to loosen that bolt up. I'm trying to sneak it out because I don't want to take off the radiator hoses. I don't want to remove the battery. So I'm going to do is get a stubby 10 millimeter wrench. I have two options here. The one on the left is a gear wrench, stubby ratcheting. I picked it up from Sears. I believe it was on a Father's Day sale. I picked a whole set. And right here I have a Task Force 10 millimeter that's not ratcheting. I picked this one up from Lowe's in a set. So this one, the gear wrench, actually ends up being shorter than the Task Force. So I'm actually trying to get down there with the gear wrench one. Break that 10 millimeter bolt loose on the back side. Like I said, I don't want to have to take off the radiator hoses or the battery if I don't have to. Just, let me see which side sets up right. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, so I'm going down. Okay, I'm on it. Just a matter of getting enough torque on there. Still trying to get this bottom bolt loose. Like I said, I'm trying to sneak it out. Okay, it's actually on there. It's on the bolt. I just can't get enough leverage to actually smack it loose. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a piece of wood and a hammer, ball peen hammer. I'm going to place the wood on top of the gear wrench and give it a quick smack. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that the gear wrench is in place. So make sure it's in place, because I don't want it slipping off and rounding off the bolt. Get rid of these sensors. There's two wires that are kind of blocking my way, and I don't want to ruin those. I know it would work. I have an old stick here. Stick the stick on top of the wrench, the gear wrench here. Slide that down in. All right, on top of it. Let's see if I broke it loose. Yep, it's free. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Now I'll do this one here on top. Okay, just know that when you do this, you're going to lose coolant from the engine. Place a container underneath to catch the coolant. And I'm going to pull the old one out as quickly as I can and put the new one right in. So there's one of the bolts. The top and the bottom one should be exactly the same size, 10 millimeter. Just working the bottom one out. Now if you planned on replacing the radiator hoses, you don't have to do all this stuff, but I mean, as far as trying to sneak it out, if you're just going to replace the radiator hoses, I mean, if you are going to replace the radiator hoses, go ahead and replace them. And when you have the lower one off, the lower radiator hose is what connects to the thermostat housing on the J Series Honda V6 and Acura. So the lower radiator hose ends at the thermostat housing. So if you're planning on doing the radiator hoses, just go ahead, when you remove them, replace the thermostat, so you don't have to monkey around with all this trying to sneak it out stuff. Kills the arm, man, kills the arm. It's almost out. Okay, bottom one is loose. There's the bottom one, same as the top. When I install these, or actually I should probably do it right now, is put some oil on them so that they go in a little bit easier than it was trying to take them out. Before I break that loose, I'm going to get a screwdriver. The reason for that is sometimes these get stuck. And like I said, I want to do this as quickly as possible. So I'm going to pop thermostat housing loose. And once I do that, if the old thermostat is stuck in there a little bit, I take the screwdriver, pop the old one off, and then put the new one in. When you install the new one, when you install the new thermostat, make sure that the pin is actually facing up. It's used for getting air out of the system, so you want to get that up. Okay, I'm putting a coolant catch pan in the bottom so I don't get coolant everywhere. Alright, I have the new thermostat here ready to go. The new seal is on. I got my screwdriver just in case the old one gets stuck. Make sure that pin faces up. Okay, there's the old one. It's free. Kind of get the housing pushed off to the side. The old one is stuck in there. So pull that loose. When you pull this loose, a bunch of coolant's going to come out. So get that out of the way. Bring the new one in, make sure that's up. Center it from here. Double checking that is actually up. It is up. Okay, the new one didn't go as quickly as I hoped it would. I just wanted to swap it in and out. But I don't know if the owner got the right thermostat. I don't think he did. So there's the risk you run when you buy thermostats online. Here is the new thermostat. Here is the old one. The new one is about 1.5 centimeters too big than the old one, so this one is not going to fit. So I have to put the old one back in place to get this car to drive. The owner got the parts off of rockauto.com. I'm not saying anything bad about rockauto.com. I'm not paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them. I've gotten a lot of parts from them, and this is the first time that I've ever experienced this problem where the part they send out does not fit. The original Acura thermostat has a little nipple right there. That actually sits into a recessed area on the housing itself on the inside. This whole spring assembly sits inside the engine like this. So this is towards the engine. That is facing out towards the thermostat housing. So, like I said, I have to use this old one. And that is another reason why I like to buy thermostats. Any thermostat, be that Honda, Acura, Toyota, GM, Ford. I'm going to always buy my thermostats from the dealership, because I know they're rated to the correct opening temperature, and I'm not going to experience the problem of having it be oversized or too big. I'll go ahead and stick the thermostat in. I was hoping to get it in and out over there, but as you can see, it ended up being the wrong one. So there's only 2 bolts on this thing. Very, very easy to do. Would have been even easier if I had the right part. Yeah, you can see right there it sits recessed in. Right down the very top, as you can see, where I was talking about is actual indentation made for the thermostat right there, right in the center of the screen. So the new thermostat should sit flush inside the housing when you actually replace it. So there's the inside of the thermostat housing right there. So I will put the old one back in. Right there on the top, to the left of the indentation, is the bolt hole. Second one is a little bit covered. Okay, you can see how it's flush inside there. The pin is facing straight up. The nipple on the gasket is actually into the housing, where it's actually designed to fit. Bring in the thermostat housing. Thermostat's sitting correctly. And it's lined right back up. Bring in your 2 bolts. Fasten them down. End up putting some oil on here to make sure they fit correctly. Just start these by hand. You want them loose so you can start both of them. Yeah, like I said, I was trying to save some time by not taking out the battery, not taking off the radiator hoses. Had to move some of the wiring harnesses out of the way. But other than that, if I had the correct thermostat, it would have been a perfect job. The top and the bottom bolts, 10mm bolts, are on. The bolt that holds the metal bracket is back on. What will be left is to fill up the radiator and the radiator reservoir with coolant, because we lost some. The best burping procedure I've ever seen done online is one from Eric the Car Guy. He has a special spill-proof funnel that he uses, which is pretty cool. I'll put a link in the description below so you can see how he does it. All right, now I will take it out into the street and make sure it runs. So there you go, guys. That's how you do a thermostat on a 2006 Honda Acura V6. You can also use it on an Acura CL, an Acura MDX, Acura RL, Acura TL, Acura TSX, Acura ZDX, Honda Accord Cross Tour, and the Honda Cross Tour. So there you go, guys. Thermostat on a J Series V6.